Jeremy had not visited his mother-in-law's house in 5 long years. His wife, Mary, had been staying there to take care of her sick father. Now that her father had recovered, Jeremy was driving there to pick up Mary, and they planned to return home the next day. It was midnight when Jeremy found himself on a lonely, winding road. As he drove his car slowly, he suddenly noticed a white scarf fluttering in the air right in front of his windshield. Curious and a bit unsettled, he pulled over to take a closer look. But when he stopped, the scarf had vanished. Just then, he heard soft whispering coming from the dark woods. Who could that be? Jeremy muttered to himself. He worried that some thieves might be hiding among the trees, waiting to rob him. Shaking off his unease, he started his car and sped along the road until he finally reached his mother-in-law's house. When he arrived, Mary greeted him warmly and served him dinner. They sat together, talking softly over their meal, and soon Jeremy felt the exhaustion of the day take over. He went to sleep that night, hoping to forget the strange events on the road. But while he slept, a chilling voice whispered right into his ear. "You barely survived, but you won't survive the next time. We will get you." Startled, Jeremy woke up in a cold sweat. He tried to dismiss it as a nightmare and went back to sleep, only for the same eerie whisper to return. Each time, the words filled him with dread. In the morning, Mary, along with her father and mother, gathered around Jeremy. Concerned, they asked, "What happened, Jeremy? Why are you so scared?" With trembling words, Jeremy recounted every detail: the white scarf, the whispering in the woods, and the haunting voice in his sleep. His mother-in-law leaned forward and said gravely, "That road is haunted. An evil spirit must have followed you here." Jeremy, new to the village, had never heard of such tales. Without wasting a moment, his mother-in-law retrieved a long white thread from a small box. She began to chant a protective mantra, dipped the thread in holy water, and then handed it to him. "Jeremy, wear this thread on your wrist," she instructed. "It will keep the evil spirit away." Hesitantly, he tied the thread around his wrist, and that night, he finally slept peacefully without hearing any more whispers. The next day, after returning home with Mary, Jeremy thought that the danger was over. Believing the white thread was no longer needed, he cut it off and tossed it into the garbage bin. That very night, when Jeremy came back from work, he sensed something was terribly wrong. As he entered his house, he found Mary sitting in the dark, staring at him with a creepy smile. Her eyes glinted unnaturally, and her behavior was unsettling. "Mary, what's wrong?" Jeremy asked, trying to keep his voice steady. Instead of answering, Mary suddenly lunged at him. She bit his hand, tried to bite his ear, and then grabbed a knife from the kitchen counter. In a frantic struggle, Jeremy managed to break free and ran out of the house, slamming the door behind him. Breathless and terrified, Jeremy immediately called his in-laws. "You must come quickly. Something is very wrong with Mary," he pleaded over the phone. Within minutes, his in-laws arrived at his house. Mary's mother wasted no time. She lit candles around the home and began to chant another powerful mantra. Almost instantly, a dark figure burst out from the house. It screamed in a ghastly tone before dissolving into the night sky. Mary, though now safe, lay unconscious on the floor. Later, while comforting a shaken Jeremy, his mother-in-law said, "You should never have thrown away that white thread. The evil spirit's influence still lingered because of it. You must wear it for a whole month, and above all, never stop your car on that road again when you come to visit us." Jeremy looked at her, puzzled. "How do you know all of this about fighting evil spirits?" he asked. Her eyes softened as she motioned for her husband to step outside so they could speak privately. Lowering her voice, she revealed, "Jeremy, I once practiced the occult when I was alive." Jeremy's eyes widened in shock. "What? Alive? So now you are dead?" he stammered. With a gentle smile tinged with sorrow, she replied, "Yes, I have been dead for many years. I never told my daughter or my husband because I did not want them to feel alone. I stayed with him in spirit form long after my death, and he never even knew." Jeremy, still reeling from the revelation, promised, "I won't tell anyone your secret. Thank you for helping me." After speaking with him, his in-laws left once Mary regained consciousness. Jeremy was left to process the night's terrifying events and the secrets that lay hidden in his new home. The lesson was clear. Never take away protection until the danger has completely passed. If you enjoyed this story, Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more thrilling tales. I also write novels in different genres like sci-fi, fantasy, and horror. If you'd like to check them out, click the link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more exciting stories.